Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the difference between sober living and rehab. I've had so many people asking me, what's the difference? Which one works better? For me personally, I can only speak on my experience. Everyone is different. When you go to rehab, they help detox you. So they get you off the drugs, which is awesome. They don't do that in sober living, but in rehab they do. So you don't have to deal with withdrawals, which is awesome. Now, the program that I went to was only 28 days. When I left rehab, I went back into the same situation I was in. I didn't have anywhere else to go. I didn't have any plans. I didn't have a different roof over my head. I feel like that's where sober living plays a better role. Rehab helps you get clean. It helps with the withdrawals. It helps you take a look at yourself. It helps you sit still. I feel like it's a very good first step. Now, you have to know what to do after rehab. Whether it's go to meetings, you have to have a roof over your head if you're homeless. Whether that be sober living, a halfway house, anything you can get into, a shelter, anything that can help you in the next step. It took me sitting in jail for my time out. I got clean the hard way. Some jails do help with detox, but I still went through the same sitting time out. I took a look at myself while I was in jail. I did go to the AA meetings while I was in jail. That is very helpful. Not all jails do that, but the ones that do, that does help a lot. It kind of introduces you to your community. Now, I will say sober living, on the other hand, you have to already be clean to go to sober living. You have to stay clean while you're in sober living, and it's usually longer. It's usually at least 6 months to a year. Some people are there for 2 years. Some people would actually graduate. We called it graduation, but some people would graduate and they would stay on site. They just felt more comfortable there, or they didn't have anywhere else to go, or they were still trying to save their money, whatever it is. For me, sober living helped me more because it set me up with the fundamentals on life, how to live life. It taught me how to set up my foundation, which is huge there. Have a job, work so many hours, the chores, the getting into a routine of things, taking care of yourself, feeding yourself, how to go about getting food when you have no money, just different resources. It taught me to go to meetings. I had a life coach while I was in sober living, and that really helped me a lot. She helped me with my anxiety. She helped me take a look at me. They also encouraged you to go to a psychologist, psychiatrist, whomever. Work on your mental health. So if you're someone trying to figure out which one is better to go to, it honestly depends on your situation. If you're in jail and you're trying to figure out what to do after jail, I suggest sober living or a halfway house. It's kind of the same. If you're someone that's just trying to get clean, go to rehab, go to detox. If you go to rehab or detox, have some kind of program, whether it's meetings or you go to group therapy or a psychologist, just something, somewhere where you can talk to someone, where you can work on yourself, because there's so much more than just getting off drugs. And when I tell you, working on myself and releasing all that stuff I was holding in, all that stuff that I was allowing to hurt me, oh my gosh, it was so freeing to let all that stuff go. And to find out that you're not the only one to help you get through anything, you know? We're always going to have to work on ourselves. We're always going to be in recovery. I know a lot of people don't agree with that. I say that because we don't need our minds playing tricks on us. Us thinking that we're cured. We are treating addiction. Don't ever let that addiction voice trick you into thinking you got this, because we don't got this. And we all know damn well one slip up could take us right back to losing everything so quick. Depending on where you are in life, that's how you decide if you need rehab or you need sober living. If you're someone that has a roof over your head, you haven't lost everything, but you just need to get clean, you want to get clean, rehab would work for you. As long as you set yourself up when you get out, you have somewhere to go, you're able to still go back to your life, but still have some kind of group, some kind of something. You've got to work on yourself. But I'm telling y'all, it's worth it. However you work on yourself, do it. It just, it's like a huge weight lifted off your shoulder. It's crazy. I was able to forgive myself for a lot of things, forgive people that had hurt me, let go of those things. Some of this stuff I don't even think about at all anymore like I used to. I used to think about it, dwell on it, and allow it to hurt me, to anger me. And I just don't do that anymore. And it's awesome. Now I just stress about dumb stuff like, trying to hurry up and get ready and get to work on time, or, not having enough time in the day, just silly stuff like that. I'm not stressing and hurting myself over stuff that happened so long ago, or allowing the actions of someone else to really hurt me. You just got to choose what's best for you. Everyone's recovery is different. All of us need different ways to get clean, different ways to cope. You just got to do what's best for you. If you need to, you can Google it, research, or just look up the best option. I know rehabs and sober livings are a little bit different in different areas. I know in Knoxville, Tennessee, where I'm from, I didn't even know what sober living was. I don't know if they had them there back then. Years ago, they might now. I didn't know what they were until I got to Georgia. So that could be another thing. They might not even be in your area. But if not, look for halfway houses or rehabs, detox facilities, anything that you can that will help you. Like I've said, everyone's recovery is different. There are different ways of recovery. You don't have to be clean to be in recovery. If you need Suboxone, methadone, Subutex, Sublocade, some people are 420 friendly. Some people are able to have drinks here and there. Everybody's different. So you have to figure out what's best for you. We all have our story, and it doesn't matter what anybody else says. As long as you're on the right path and you're doing what's best for you in your life, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for turning your life around. And for those of you that are still struggling, reach out for help. Just Google rehabs in your areas. There are even government fundings. There are grants. There are just so many options out there that I didn't even know existed. There are ways, sober living, you can pay weekly. There's just so many options out there. Don't ever think you can't do it. You can do it. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. It will be worth it. See you guys.